Okay, it's Mr. C here, and the next step here is getting these pieces of veneer taped together in a way that's going to make it successful for us to go ahead and put our top together. I know this is a pretty long, drawn-out affair here, but it's the only way that we can guarantee that we're going to end up with a product that we really like. So, in our last video, I talked about how these are arranged. So the best thing for us to do now is what we're going to do is we're going to transfer these and flip these over so that way we can go ahead and tape the back side. So I'm going to take this one and flip it over this way and put it right in the corner. Now what I did do is I put a straight edge here, and then I use the grid system here, but you don't have to do that. You can just set it on a piece of flat material and then have a square, this will create a 90-degree angle, and that'll allow for your pieces to sit squarely in our little contraption here to keep everything square. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to flip this over this way. Okay, and then I'm going to tape those two together nice and tightly with no gap. Now I do have all my tape here. I'm going to get myself a couple pieces of tape. And then I'm going to hold this down nice and firmly, tight to the corner, tight to the edge here, and then I'm just going to tape this together. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to flip this one over, set it against here, all in the same plane. Tape that, take this one, flip this over, make sure it doesn't slide underneath the plastic. Nice and tight. So I have that one. Now I go to the next row. Now flip this one over. Remember, I don't rotate these at all. I just flip them over and put them in the row, okay? I'm going to take this one, as you watch, if I can pick it up. So I pick this one up like this, I flip it straight over, just like that, and make sure everything lines up on here. I'm going to take another piece of tape. Okay, now I'm going to line this up in both directions. I'm going to pull this way across this way. I'm going to get this piece this way. Now I'm going to take the next piece, rotate this over, make sure this sits in here perfectly. Everything's sitting flat. I know you're just seeing my arms mostly. I apologize. See, and then I'll pull that nice and tight and firm. So now we have the next spot. I'll take this one, rotate and flip this over. I'm not rotating, just flipping it over. Making sure everything's nice and tight. I'm using my fingers with some pressure to hold these in place. Okay, so now we have half of it, half of our square. Now I'm going to go ahead, pull some more tape. We're going to need it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, take my next piece, flip this over, make sure it lines up perfectly, so it's square, that is. Then I'm going to take my next square, flip it over, put it in line. Make sure it's nice and tight. Both directions. The next piece, excuse me, holding it down nice and firmly. I'll tape in this direction, tape in this direction. Now I have this down. Last piece in this row, I'll flip this over, put it in place. What I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of pressure to keep it nice and tight to everything, and then I'm looking at the seam also of where those are coming together, okay? So that'll help ensure that this is correct. I'm going to set this piece here, the first piece of the last row. There. The next piece. I'm going to need to get some more tape. But I'm not leaving any chance for any gaps. So now I'm going to take this piece, flip this one over, make sure everything's tight because I just bumped it. Now I'll flip the last one over, put this right in here. Nice and firmly. Now I have this, and now I can take this and flip this over, and now we have our whole panel that we need to go ahead and glue up, where we can stitch all 16 pieces together. So this is how I'd like to see you guys do this, and this is the pattern that we need. And remember, give us a thumbs up, and in the comment section tell us what you learned, or a technique or something that helped that you enjoyed in this video. Okay, till next time, I'm Mr. C. We'll see you. Bye.